be a great plot for the Justice League.
No, yeah, I agree. That
to,
would be a good idea.
It's like Chrissy said, like the first 3 issues of Justice League, that would make an awesome movie, except for the exception of Batman showing his identity to Flash. I think that would be great.
Yeah, that part was bad. But yeah, the banter between Green Lantern and him was pretty good. The action was pretty good. Good introduction to Cyborg and stuff. So yeah, that could work.
Do not put Ryan Reynolds in the Justice League movie.
Yeah, don't put Ryan Reynolds as Green Lantern. Let's end that.
Go back. Get Samuel Jackson. No.
I know. I would love if they do Green Lantern. I want the black Green Lantern. That's my vote. That's what I would want because I love the JL cartoon and he was great. And a lot of people are like, no, it needs to be Hal Jordan. It's like, no, let's not do Hal Jordan.
No,
that movie.
I grew up on the Justice League cartoon, so I always saw him.
Get the black guy from the Wanted movie.
Yep.
That's Samuel Jackson, isn't it? Or Morgan Freeman.
No. He was one of the partners with Angelina Jolie.
What was his name?
What's his name?
Crap.
I don't know. I like the guy from Prometheus and The Wire. What's his name? And plays Luther-ish.
Who are you talking about? Yeah.
Yeah, and he was also in Thor. He played that guy that just stands there. But I think he's cool.
Idris Elba?
Yeah, Idris Elba would be a great Green Lantern. Yeah, he's awesome. What?
I thought he'd be a great Martian Manhunter.
Oh, Martian Manhunter. That's a great casting. Good job. That would be good too. What was Jon Stewart? Right? Is that the other one? Is that the one in the Justice League cartoon? Is Jon Stewart? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Cool. Any other questions in the chat? If not, then we're going to go to mail. So let's read a mail question. This is from Movie Nut 97. Gotta love that name. This is Noah. Noah, what? Noah's in the chat and wrote us an email? Okay, or maybe it's a different Noah. Maybe. Let us know, Noah. Okay, so, hey guys, this is Noah from Michigan. Just wanted to say I love the podcast. Listen to every single one. I always look forward to them. Anyways, I have a question. Do you guys think Chris Nolan will release any deleted scenes on Blu-ray or DVD or the trilogy box set for this film? I heard somewhere that there were deleted scenes for TDKR and Nolan might actually release them. I think no. We talked about this a little bit earlier in the live podcast. I don't think Nolan will release the deleted scenes on this release. However, in about 15 years, you will get to see probably all the deleted scenes from Begins, The Dark Knight, and The Dark Knight Rises. So there you go.
I agree with Matt, but I really want the deleted scenes.
I don't care so much about deleted scenes as I want behind the scenes, like how they did this, how they did that.
That's true.
Like what they did with Batman Begins. Because we didn't get that with Dark Knight.
We got a little bit for Dark Knight.
Yeah, I just feel like we got robbed.
Well, all the stuff I wanted to know about was in there, so I was kind of satisfied.
I want more Joker stuff because they shot more stuff, and I want the scene of him running across the cop cars, which wasn't in the film, which I thought was awesome. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna go for. I always pronounce his name wrong, and he actually tells me how to pronounce it, so I'm not gonna say his name because he says it later. Hi, podcast. To make the pronunciation easier for you, call me Mota. Motya. Matya. From now on. Or you can call me Matthew, which is way easier. Thank you. I noticed a comment brought up about a black Batman, and your opinions on the reaction I thought make this comment. Bane was supposed to be Latino. It was part of his character when he was born in the Caribbean and he spoke Spanish and was Latino. And he was white for the film. They made him kind of more Middle Eastern in the world. This changed the whole character. So if they've already done this with Bane in The Dark Knight, then I believe making Batman black would be the same lines. Although this is a major character, unlike Bane. What do you guys thoughts about Bane changing into a white man? Any thoughts to that? That's a good question.
Oh, God, that's funny. I would say that, one, they try to make him a bit... Bane is half English and half Spanish. That's what most people have been saying to me, telling me about that. The fact... And the thing is, being tan does not make you Spanish. You could be any complexion you want as a Spaniard or a Spanish person in any part of the Caribbean. So, trying to get on on a ethnic or racial scale of characters, that's always controversial. But I felt that it was nicely portrayed, especially when Bane had an accent. So, was it a Spanish accent? No, it was a Gypsy accent. But you can't get too much onto the technicalities. And as for Batman being black, they would have to do an Earth 2 because everyone's going to go in uproar for Batman being a black character or a Spanish character. So,
I think the interesting thing is like Bane in the film. He's not you're right. He's not like Spanish, but he's not. They don't really deal with his ethnicity. It's not even a thing. Like his face is covered. He has a unique accent that you can't even pinpoint where he is from, and you don't really know much about his backstory. He's more of a question mark. So, I thought that change was fine. I don't think it was offensive to change him. More people were offended that Liam Neeson was cast as Ra's al Ghul because he's clearly not, what race was supposed to be. But so they do this. I think that what Nolan does is he doesn't care about color though. He just cares about getting the best actor to fit the roles. And I think that you can't argue that the cast that he's picked for these parts are just stellar. And I don't think it's about color. I think it's about performance with Nolan. And I think the people that he picked to play the roles, all of them fit. Like Marion Cotillard as Talia was perfect casting too. So.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. And going off on that, it's all about performance, and I think that's the way it'll stay. People are gonna find good performers, and I don't think, hey, if Morgan Freeman could have been Batman, I think they would have put him as Batman, but his age was kind of out of it. So I mean, we can't do that. But I mean, it could happen. It could happen in this day and age. I think it could happen, but I think Chrissy's right. I think it would be a kind of an uproar.
Okay, I think you can have a black Batman, but I think you could not do Morgan Freeman as Batman. That would never work in any universe.
I know that, but I'm saying if hypothetically speaking, if Morgan Freeman was like, 30, 40 years younger.
Adam wrote, "It's not who you are underneath; it's what you do that defines you." You could have said that, Adam. I don't know why Adam typed that.
That's true. Eric said
I don't have a problem with his voice.
All right. So thank you for that, Matthew. Oh, also you had a second part. Sorry. I have a question about the Batman films in the future. What about Hush for a Batman film? Would you guys think that would be a great story to adapt? I think Hush is a cool story. It's not one of my favorites. I'm not a big Jeff Loeb fan. Besides I like Long Halloween and Dark Victory way better than Hush. But Hush it's cool. I like the character Hush. I could see that.
I think like what we're getting with Frank Miller's Dark Knight. We're getting the 2 parts. I think it'd be better off in a 2-part movie, cartoon movie, than it would be an actual movie, because that's actually a long story. I don't think you could get into a good depth in a 2-hour movie with that.
With Hush, yeah, because Superman comes in. There's a lot in it. Poison Ivy. You could just cut out some parts of it and just do the Hush storyline. But yeah, as to adapt it, like just faithfully, it's way too long. It's like a big book. Jim Lee's art in that is freaking awesome, though. By the way, if you haven't read Hush, the artwork alone is really cool. I think that's all the mail we got, actually. So we're throwing it back out to the chat, and then we're probably going to call it a night. Let's do like 3 more questions if anyone has them, or 2 or 1, and then let's wrap this up. That's you, Stick AM. Come on, lurkers, join in the chat. If you're just tuning in or you've been watching the whole time, thank you for listening to our live podcast. This was our first one. We will get better at this the next time we do it. I'm not going to say every podcast will be live, but I'm sure we will do it again, and it will be better the next time. You can always follow us on our Twitter, which is DKNNewsCom. You could like us on Facebook. That helps a lot. Check out our website. We have articles and discussions. We have a forum. Yeah. Write us in, podcast at Dark Knight News. You can always write us, and that goes to everyone, podcast at Dark Knight News. Or our names, individual staff members here, their names at darkknightnews.com will work, first name. All right, so back to George's question, and this will probably be the last question. Would you ever want to see the children of Bruce Wayne in any of the future Batman movies? No. but they I mean, like Damien, maybe. I mean, I guess if they really get that far, but I want to see a good version of like Dick Grayson and Nightwing before I'd want to see Damien. But I do like Damien.
They left it open though. They did for the movie. They left it open.
I was gonna say, yeah, Miranda Tate had that whole William Shatner death that was so fake that there could be a kid.
You will never. And they're just staring at her, looking at her like.
It's like, when are you gonna die?
What do you?
There's a bomb that's gonna go off, but we want to hear every little word you gotta say.
Right. Exactly. Hurry up and die! I got a bomb I gotta deal with.
You're flying
out.
Kiss me, Catwoman, so we can go.
You just can't get rid of a bomb.
Yeah. Even though I fixed the autopilot, I'm gonna say there is no autopilot. It's gonna make this way more epic. Cool. So everyone, again, thanks for listening. Thanks for checking out the podcast, and we will talk to you in the future. Signing off. Bye. Wave bye, everyone.
Yes.
And Eric,
Later.
end it.